My people, the gist we are hearing today is very strong. Fulani Bandits, the same ones that have been troubling communities for years, they finally met their deadly end. A whole community rose together. They refused to run away. And they faced these men that came with guns, with motorcycles, with evil plans. And not only did they fight back, but they also recovered millions that these bandits had already collected as ransom from innocent families. Just imagine that scene. Families crying before, begging, selling land, gathering money just to free their loved ones. Then suddenly the community turns it around. That ransom money, instead of disappearing into the forest, it comes back to the people. This is a very powerful story. Please, my viewers, if you are listening to this gist and you like how I am breaking it down, pause small, press that like button and subscribe right now. Because the more you do that, the more this story spreads for others to learn. Now let me paint the picture so you can see it clearly. A small village in the northwest. You know, those communities surrounded by farms and dusty roads. Early morning, people are going to the farms. Women are fetching water. Children are preparing to go to school. Suddenly, sound of motorcycles, men with guns shouting. Fear spreads. This has been the pattern. For years, these bandits ride in, kidnap, demand ransom, and the people are left helpless. But this time, something changed. The youths and hunters of the town said, enough is enough. They gathered quickly, they chased, they stood their ground. Even some security men in the area joined them. The fight was not small. Gunshots, shouting, panic. But the courage of the community was stronger. At the end, several bandits were down, and the bag of ransom money was recovered. My brothers and sisters, that is not just bravery, it is history. But we have to ask ourselves, why is it that communities are forced to fight this kind of battle on their own? Where is the quick response of police, of army? Why do ordinary villagers have to put their lives on the line? This question is very important because if government does not step up, then the cycle continues. People are tired. And let me tell you, fighting back is risky. Sometimes the community wins like this, but other times it brings a dangerous reprisal. When bandits come back with more men and more weapons. So it is a double-edged sword. If you are enjoying this gist and you want me to continue breaking down the full matter, the risks, the human stories, and what this ransom money recovery means, please don't forget, like the video now and subscribe to the channel so we can keep this conversation alive. So after the clash, people started gathering around the center of the town. Imagine the shock on their faces when the bag of ransom money was opened. Millions of naira that had been collected from families, money that was meant to disappear into the bush, was now back in their hands. Some women were crying tears of joy. Some men lifted their hands and shouted in relief, because this was like taking back dignity from those who have oppressed them for so long. My people, this kind of moment, it is not ordinary. It shows that when communities stand together, even the most feared criminals can fall. If you are still watching, I beg, hit that like button and subscribe so more people can hear this real gist. Don't forget, but let's also be honest, the danger is still there. Bandits are not finished. Even after this fight, everyone in that village knows that retaliation is possible. And that is the fear. Today, you win. Tomorrow, they come back stronger. Some villagers even said openly that they cannot sleep with two eyes closed because they don't know what the next night will bring. Imagine that tension. That is why this gist is both sweet and bitter. Sweet because the ransom was recovered. Bitter because the war is not over. Now let's talk about ransom itself. Over the last years, ransom business has become a full industry for these criminals. Villagers sell land, sell cattle, borrow money, and sometimes even beg strangers just to pay and release their loved ones. This money fuels more violence. So when you hear that a community recovered millions in ransom, you understand it is not just about cash, it is about breaking that chain, taking back that fuel from the criminals. If you are feeling this breakdown, please, my people, stop small, like this video, and subscribe right now. It helps this channel grow and keeps this gist alive. Let me bring in another angle. Communities fighting back is not new. In Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, we have seen vigilante groups forming. We have seen hunters and farmers arming themselves with Dane guns, with bows, even with charms. They say, if government cannot defend us, we must defend ourselves. Some of these battles end, like today's story, with victory. But other times, whole villages are burned in reprisal.